Okay, so we're going to start with our first unit of MAP4C. So this is where we're going to start the evaluation. So the first unit, as I told you before, is going to be trigonometry. Okay, so it's a study of triangles. We're going to start with the study of right triangles, which we did go over some of it on Friday in the review. And so I'm going to recap. I'm going to go over a few things. We're going to do a few examples. What you see on the sheets that you have, you see your blue sheet, which has tell you the days, right? So what are we going to cover each day? And it tells you the homework that you should do, and it tells you when you have a quiz or a test, okay? So you should be able to know exactly when you have a test or when you have a quiz. I might change the quizzes a little bit, the quiz time, right? It depends on how we cover and how much we cover, and how you guys are doing. So bear with me if I change the quiz day. This is just a tentative schedule, right? But the test day is going to be right exactly when it says. So if it says whenever we do the review, the next day will be your test, okay? So you're expecting a test in the next 5 days, I think, or something like 6. Okay. All right, so going over the trigonometry ratio. So we're gonna go over the finding the measure of sides and angles in right angle triangle using trigonometry ratio. So right triangles have a, what did we say? What kind of angle do they have? Right angle, which is a 90 degree, right? What did we say that the sum of all angles inside a triangle equal to? 180. When we label our triangle, we label the angles with capital letters, and we label the sides with small letters, okay? So capital letters mean angles, and lowercase letters, they represent the side. And remember that, let's say if I have this, and I call this A, this B, this C, the side A is across from angle A. Side B is across from angle B, and side C is across from angle C, okay? This is how we label, even if it's X, Y, and Z, okay? Side X is gonna be across from side X, all right? If you know two sides and you're looking for the third side, what did we say on Friday we use? Pythagorean theorem, which is? That's right. And then c squared is your hypotenuse, right? So if you're looking for the other sides other than the hypotenuse, your formula changes a little bit to c squared c squared minus a squared. And if you're looking for side A, let's say, it's going to be c squared minus b squared. So you guys have to be careful with this, okay? That c represents your hypotenuse in this case, which is the longest side, which is the side that's across from the 90 degree.
So wait, you said so the b squared equals c squared
minus.
So that's a squared. That's when you're trying to solve for side b.
Well, I'm trying to solve for side B, yeah. Okay. So just so you know that side C is always considered as your hypotenuse, okay? Even like if you have different letters, you guys have to understand that, okay? With right angle triangles, other than Pythagorean theorem, we can use the primary trig ratios, which we use the acronym SOHCAHTOA for, right? And you guys remember sine theta represents what? So O is opposite over is adjacent over hypotenuse. And then TOA, so tan is opposite over adjacent. Excellent. So naming the triangle is the most important part, right? Because if you name your triangle wrong, your formulas are going to be wrong. And remember that this can only be used with right triangles, the SOHCAHTOA. Make sure your calculator is in degree mode as well. So it should say D or DEG or nothing. If it says RAD or RDN or something like this other than DEG or D, then this is not in the right mode. Come and see. Okay, so remember that we have to name the triangle and we have to name it properly. It depends on what angle is given to me or what angle I'm looking for. Remember that your angle of interest is the one that's given to you or the one that you're looking for. And then you're going to name your triangle according to that angle. Remember the hypotenuse is the longest side and the one that's across from 90 degree. And then you can name the opposite, which is right across from the angle of interest. And then the third side is going to be your adjacent side. Okay? With respect to this angle right here, hypotenuse is still the longest side. The opposite is the one across from it, and the adjacent is the one that forms D. Are you guys okay with the naming? All right. So this is the steps that you need to follow in order for you to be able to solve. All right. So first step, you're going to label the opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse sides according to the angle of interest. You're going to choose which trig ratio to use given the sides you have and want. Write the formula, substitute the values into the formula, solve with your calculator, round side length to the nearest tenth or to 1 decimal place. Okay? I don't need to tell you that. You don't need to ask me that question. All sides have to be rounded to 1 decimal place. Okay? So let's look at the example here. So the question is asking you to find the measure of side P if angle P is 60 degrees. So in this case, I know that angle P is 60, and they're asking me to find side P. Which one is side P?
Side P is the one across.
So it's MN, right? So this is side P, yeah? Okay? Now, I know my angle of interest. What's the first thing I have to do? This is my right angle triangle. It's right here. So what's the first step that I have to do here? Name your sides, right? Assign opposite, adjacent, hypotenuse to your sides. Okay? So where's my hypotenuse? Because this is where I should start.
So hypotenuse is the 225.
That's right, because that's the one that's across from the right angle, right? So this is my hypotenuse. And this is my opposite, because my angle of interest is right there. And this is my adjacent. Which one do I know which one I'm looking for? I'm looking for the opposite, and I know the hypotenuse. So which one of these three relate the opposite and the hypotenuse? Side. And this is how I decide which one to use. Because I'm looking for the opposite and I know the hypotenuse. So I know that I have to deal with this because this is the one that relates the two. Okay? So I'm going to write my formula. Sine theta equals opposite over hypotenuse. After I write my formula down, I substitute my values in. What do? I know the angle, right? So I can replace theta with the angle, so with 60. Do I know the opposite? No. That's the one I'm looking for. Okay. Do you know the hypotenuse? So you're going to replace it with 225. Okay? So label the triangle, pick the formula you're going to use, write it down, then substitute your values in. Are we okay with that? Now I'm going to have to solve for the opposite. What do? Solve. Put sine 60 in the calculator, find the answer of that. Okay. That's right. So there is a division by 225. I want to get rid of that division by 225. I want to bring it over. That division becomes a multiplication, or what you can see as cross multiplying, right? So can you guys give me the answer for sine 25? Sine 60, sorry. 0.8660. And then you can cross multiply, so I'm going to have to multiply the 225 by 0.8660. And what's my answer? 195.85. So that would be 195.9. Is it 85 what? It was 85? So that's 195.9 because I needed two one decimal place. Did you say 94? Because I can't. Is it 194.85? Okay, sorry. And that's going to be in feet. So for the next question, I'm going to let you guys try this one. I'll tell you that this is the right angle right here. So this is your right angle, and it's giving you angle A to be 74. And you're looking for side B. So which one is side B? AC. Yep, so you're looking for this one, okay? You're given this angle, this is your right angle. So you're going to have to name your triangle, and then you're going to have to pick the right formula.